This video is not affiliated with, endorsed by, or sponsored by the National Institute for Automotive Service Excellence, ASE. It is created solely for educational purposes to help viewers expand their automotive knowledge and prepare for ASE-style topics. For official information, study materials, and certification details, please refer directly to ASE.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got something really helpful lined up for you. 50 practice multiple-choice questions to test your knowledge and help you study smarter. Whether you're brushing up for an exam, preparing for a certification, or just wanting to strengthen your automotive skills, this video is designed to guide you step by step. Grab a notebook, follow along, and see how many you can get right. Let's dive in and start learning together.
1. What is the primary function of the condenser in an automotive AC system? A. To absorb heat from the cabin. B. To change refrigerant vapor into liquid by releasing heat. C. To meter refrigerant into the evaporator. Or D. To lubricate the compressor. Answer: B. To change refrigerant vapor into liquid by releasing heat. Explanation: the condenser cools high-pressure refrigerant vapor and condenses it into a liquid so it can circulate and absorb more heat. 2. A customer complains that the AC blows warm air only at idle but cools while driving. What is the most likely cause? A. Weak condenser fan motor. B. Restricted heater core. C. Overcharged refrigerant. Or D. Low engine coolant. Answer: A. Weak condenser fan motor. Explanation: at idle, airflow depends on the condenser fan. If it's weak, pressure rises and cooling is poor. At highway speeds, airflow is restored. 3. What is the role of the thermal expansion valve, TXV? A. It stores refrigerant. B. It meters refrigerant into the evaporator based on temperature and pressure. C. It cools refrigerant vapor into liquid. Or D. It prevents refrigerant leaks. Answer: B. It meters refrigerant into the evaporator based on temperature and pressure. Explanation: the TXV controls refrigerant flow so the evaporator receives the correct amount to absorb cabin heat. 4. Both high and low side gauge readings are higher than normal. What does this usually indicate? A. Overcharged refrigerant system. B. Restricted evaporator airflow. C. Weak compressor. Or D. Low charge. Answer: A. Overcharged refrigerant system. Explanation: too much refrigerant raises pressures across the system and reduces cooling performance. 5. What component in an orifice tube system prevents liquid refrigerant from damaging the compressor? A. TXV. B. Accumulator. C. Receiver dryer. Or D. Heater core. Answer: B. Accumulator. Explanation: the accumulator stores liquid refrigerant and ensures only vapor enters the compressor.
6. A system has low suction pressure and low discharge pressure. What is most likely? A. Low refrigerant charge. B. Overcharged refrigerant. C. Restricted condenser. Or D. Stuck open TXV. Answer: A. Low refrigerant charge. Explanation: when the system is low on refrigerant, both sides will read lower than normal. 7. What is the purpose of a desiccant in the receiver dryer? A. To lubricate the compressor. B. To absorb moisture from the refrigerant. C. To control airflow. Or D. To separate oil from refrigerant. Answer: B. To absorb moisture from the refrigerant. Explanation: moisture can freeze and corrode the system. Desiccant absorbs it to protect components. 8. What is the function of the blower motor resistor? A. Controls compressor output. B. Regulates blower speeds by dropping voltage. C. Opens the blend door. Or D. Filters cabin air. Answer B. Regulates blower speeds by dropping voltage. Explanation. The resistor allows multiple blower speeds by reducing voltage at lower settings. 9. A heater core leak will most often cause A. Low refrigerant, B. Sweet odor inside and wet carpet, C. No cooling at highway speed, or D. Clicking blend door actuator. Answer B. Sweet odor inside and wet carpet. Explanation. Leaking coolant collects on the passenger floor and smells sweet due to glycol. 10. What is the function of the orifice tube? A. Store refrigerant. B. Lubricate the compressor. C. Meter refrigerant into the evaporator. Or D. Measure blower speed. Answer C. Meter refrigerant into the evaporator. Explanation. The orifice tube restricts flow and allows liquid refrigerant to expand into vapor in the evaporator.
Which component uses hot engine coolant to provide cabin heat? A. Evaporator. B. Condenser. C. Heater core. D. Accumulator. Answer C. Heater core. Explanation. The heater core transfers heat from engine coolant into the passenger compartment. 12. A restricted cabin air filter will cause A. High refrigerant pressure. B. Reduced airflow from vents. C. Clutch slipping. D. Heater core leaks. Answer B. Reduced airflow from vents. Explanation. A clogged cabin filter limits air circulation and causes weak ventilation. 13. What tool is used to detect very small refrigerant leaks? A. Multimeter. B. Electronic leak detector. C. Pressure regulator. D. Manifold gauge. Answer B. Electronic leak detector. Explanation. An electronic sniffer can detect refrigerant vapor even in small leaks. 14. Which refrigerant replaced R12 in most vehicles starting in the mid-1990s? A. R1234YF. B. R22. C. R134A. B. R744. Answer C. R134A. Explanation. R134A became the standard refrigerant after R12 was phased out due to environmental concerns. 15. Which refrigerant is now common in new vehicles due to lower environmental impact? A. R12. B. R134A. C. R1234YF. D. R744. Answer C. R1234YF. Explanation. R1234YF has lower global warming potential and is replacing R134A in new models. 16. A system shows low side pressure and high side pressure. What is most likely? A. TXV or orifice tube restriction. B. Overcharged system. C. Weak blower motor. D. Failed accumulator. Answer A. TXV or orifice tube restriction. Explanation. A restriction limits refrigerant flow, starving the evaporator and raising discharge pressure. 17. What prevents evaporator freeze-up in automatic climate control systems? A. Evaporator temperature sensor. B. Cabin filter. C. Heater core. D. Sun load sensor. Answer A. Evaporator temperature sensor. Explanation. This sensor cycles the compressor to prevent evaporator icing.
18. Why must a vacuum be pulled before recharging a system? A. To add refrigerant. B. To remove air and moisture. C. To increase pressure. D. To test blower speed. Answer: B. To remove air and moisture. Explanation: moisture can freeze inside the system. Pulling vacuum removes it and air. 19. The high-pressure cutout switch is designed to A. Protect the evaporator from freezing. B. Shut off the compressor if system pressure is too high. C. Control blower speed. D. Mix heater and AC airflow. Answer: B. Shut off the compressor if system pressure is too high. Explanation: this protects the compressor, hoses, and condenser from damage. 20. The clutch coil has voltage but won't engage. What is most likely? A. Weak blower motor. B. Open clutch coil winding. C. Low refrigerant. D. Bad TXV. Answer: B. Open clutch coil winding. Explanation: if voltage is present but no movement, the coil winding has failed.
21. Which component is unique to an orifice tube system compared to TXV? A. Receiver dryer. B. Accumulator. C. Condenser. D. Heater core. Answer: B. Accumulator. Explanation: fixed orifice tube systems use an accumulator while TXV systems use a receiver dryer. 22. A vehicle has weak cooling performance. Gauge readings show both sides equalized around 110 psi with the compressor running. What does this mean? A. Weak compressor. B. Overcharged system. C. Restricted evaporator. D. Stuck TXV. Answer: A. Weak compressor. Explanation: a failing compressor cannot create a pressure differential leading to equalized readings. 23. What sensor detects sunlight to help climate control adjust automatically? A. Ambient temperature sensor. B. Sun load sensor. C. Cabin air quality sensor. D. Pressure cycling switch. Answer: B. Sun load sensor. Explanation: the sun load sensor adjusts blower speed and temperature to compensate for solar heating. 24. A rapid cycling compressor clutch usually indicates A. Overcharge. B. Low refrigerant charge. C. Restricted heater core. D. Stuck mode door. Answer: B. Low refrigerant charge. Explanation: low charge causes suction pressure to drop, triggering the low pressure switch. 25. A stuck blend door actuator will cause A. No airflow from vents. B. Incorrect air temperature from vents. C. Refrigerant leak. D. Compressor failure. Answer: B. Incorrect air temperature from vents. Explanation: blend doors control the mix of heated and cooled air. 26. Which tool is required by law to recover refrigerant during service? A. Vacuum pump. B. Recovery machine. C. Leak detector. D. Refrigerant identifier. Answer: B. Recovery machine. Explanation: EPA regulations require certified recovery equipment before opening any AC system. 27. What type of refrigerant oil is required with R1234YF? A. Mineral oil. B. PAG oil, special low moisture formulation. C. POE oil. D. No oil required. Answer: B. PAG oil, special low moisture formulation. Explanation: R1234YF systems use a specific PAG oil designed for compatibility and low moisture absorption. 28. A stuck mode door actuator will most directly affect A. Airflow direction. B. Refrigerant charge. C. Oil lubrication. D. Compressor speed.
Answer A. Airflow direction. Explanation. Mode doors control whether air exits defrost, dash, or floor vents. 29. A vehicle's AC is weak. Technician notices the condenser fan isn't running. What will gauge readings show? A. Both sides low. B. Low suction, high discharge pressures. C. Both sides equalized. D. Both sides high. Answer B. Low suction, high discharge pressures. Explanation. Without condenser airflow, heat can't escape, raising discharge pressure while suction drops. 30. Why must O-rings always be lubricated with refrigerant oil before installation? A. To prevent over-tightening. B. To reduce wear on compressor. C. To prevent tearing and ensure sealing. D. To improve cooling performance. Answer C. To prevent tearing and ensure sealing. Explanation. Dry O-rings may twist, tear, or not seat properly, causing leaks.
31. What is the main function of the evaporator? A. To condense refrigerant. B. To absorb heat from the passenger compartment. C. To lubricate the compressor. D. To meter refrigerant. Answer B. To absorb heat from the passenger compartment. Explanation. Refrigerant boils inside the evaporator, absorbing cabin heat and cooling the air blown into the vehicle. 32. Both high and low side pressures are unusually low. What does this indicate? A. Overcharged refrigerant. B. Low refrigerant charge. C. Restricted condenser airflow. D. Faulty blower motor. Answer B. Low refrigerant charge. Explanation. A low charge reduces system pressures on both sides. 33. Which component cycles the compressor in a fixed orifice system to regulate suction pressure? A. High-pressure cutoff switch. B. Pressure cycling switch. C. Blend door actuator. D. Cabin air temperature sensor. Answer B. Pressure cycling switch. Explanation. It cycles the clutch on and off to maintain suction pressure in orifice tube systems. 35. What is the primary safety risk when handling liquid refrigerant? A. Corrosion. B. Frostbite from skin contact. C. Electrical shock. D. Fire hazard. Answer B. Frostbite from skin contact. Explanation. Refrigerant rapidly evaporates and absorbs heat, causing skin burns or frostbite. 36. A musty odor is coming from the vents. What is the most likely cause? A. Mold growing on the evaporator core. B. Leaking refrigerant. C. Bad blower motor resistor. D. Overcharged refrigerant. Answer A. Mold growing on the evaporator core. Explanation. Moisture in the evaporator housing fosters mold growth, leading to odor.
36. What is the primary function of the accumulator in an AC system? A. To meter refrigerant. B. To store liquid refrigerant and prevent compressor damage. C. To raise refrigerant pressure. Or D. To cool hot refrigerant vapor. Answer B. To store liquid refrigerant and prevent compressor damage. Explanation. The accumulator ensures only vapor, not liquid, returns to the compressor. 37. Which sensor is used to monitor outdoor temperature in an automatic climate control system? A. Ambient air temperature sensor. B. Cabin air temperature sensor. C. Sun load sensor. Or D. Evaporator sensor. Answer A. ambient air temperature sensor. Explanation. This sensor informs the HVAC control unit about outdoor temperature for accurate adjustments. 38. Why must a system be evacuated with a vacuum pump before recharging? A. To test compressor seals. B. To remove moisture and air. C. To verify TXV operation. Or D. To lubricate the O-rings. Answer. B. To remove moisture and air. Explanation. Non-condensables and moisture cause corrosion and ice. Evacuation prevents this. 39. Which refrigerant has the lowest environmental impact among common AC refrigerants? A. R12. B. R134A. C. R1234YF. Or D. R22. Answer. C. R1234YF. Explanation. R1234YF has a much lower global warming potential compared to R134A and R12. 40. A restricted condenser will cause which gauge readings? A. Low suction, high discharge pressures. B. Both sides equalized. C. Both sides low. Or D. Both sides high. Answer. A. Low suction, high discharge pressures. Explanation. Restriction prevents heat transfer, raising high side pressure and starving the evaporator.
41. What tool measures refrigerant pressures in the system? A. Multimeter. B. Leak detector. C. Manifold gauge set. D. Recovery machine. Answer. C. Manifold gauge set. Explanation. Manifold gauges provide suction and discharge pressures for diagnosis. 42. A vehicle has poor heat output. Which is most likely? A. Low engine coolant. B. Overcharged refrigerant. C. Restricted condenser. D. Failed clutch coil. Answer. A. Low engine coolant. Explanation. Without proper coolant flow, the heater core can't provide heat. 43. What does superheat indicate in an AC system? A. Refrigerant below freezing point. B. Temperature of vapor above boiling point. C. Pressure difference across condenser. D. Oil level in compressor. Answer. B. Temperature of vapor above boiling point. Explanation. Superheat ensures refrigerant is fully vaporized before entering the compressor. 44. What does subcooling indicate? A. Temperature of liquid refrigerant below condensation temperature. B. Evaporator freezing point. C. Suction pressure control. D. Oil dilution. Answer. A. Temperature of liquid refrigerant below condensation temperature. Explanation. Subcooling confirms refrigerant is fully condensed into liquid before the expansion device. 45. A weak blower motor will most directly cause A. High refrigerant pressure. B. Poor airflow and weak cooling. C. Compressor overheating. D. TXV restriction. Answer. B. Poor airflow and weak cooling. Explanation. If airflow is low, the system cannot transfer heat effectively. Oil. B. Venting refrigerant into the atmosphere. C. Replacing O-rings. D. Replacing the accumulator. Answer. B. Venting refrigerant into the atmosphere. Explanation. EPA regulations prohibit refrigerant venting due to environmental damage. 47. What is the purpose of a refrigerant recovery machine?
A. To measure blower motor current. B. To safely remove refrigerant from a system. C. To add compressor oil. D. To flush debris. Answer: B. To safely remove refrigerant from a system. Explanation: recovery machines store refrigerant for recycling or disposal. 48. A clicking noise is heard from under the dash when adjusting airflow mode. What is most likely? A. Blend door actuator gear slipping. B. Compressor clutch slipping. C. TXV restriction. D. Low refrigerant charge. Answer: A. Blend door actuator gear slipping. Explanation: broken gears in mode actuators cause repetitive clicking sounds. 49. Which sensor is used to prevent compressor operation if refrigerant pressure is too low? A. High pressure cutoff switch. B. Low pressure cycling switch. C. Evaporator temperature sensor. D. Sun load sensor. Answer: B. Low pressure cycling switch. Explanation: it prevents clutch engagement if refrigerant charge is too low to protect the compressor. 50. What is the most accurate way to verify proper refrigerant charge in a vehicle? A. Gauge readings. B. Feeling suction and discharge lines. C. Charging by refrigerant weight. D. Checking evaporator frost patterns. Answer: C. Charging by refrigerant weight. Explanation: weighing the refrigerant ensures accuracy to manufacturer specifications.
Thanks so much for studying with us today. I hope these practice questions helped boost your confidence and sharpen your skills. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss the next study session. You can click the links on screen right now to watch another study video and keep your learning going. I'll see you over there.